Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of Anything and Nothing. This is Tamara
and Michelle,
and we're super excited to welcome back everybody that watched our first show and for all the newbies that are joining now. I'll kick things off to Michelle to talk about this lovely drink that she made.
So our drink this week is going to be the Bourbon Smash. If you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, you'll see the how I made it. Ignore the process. It wasn't a lot. We had to add a little bit more bourbon. But it's basically bourbon, simple syrup, lemon, and mint leaves. So let's cheers.
Cheers to the second episode.
Yes.
Let's see. It's a lot sweeter than my martini from last week.
It is.
Yeah.
But I taste the bourbon.
Yeah, you can taste the bourbon. We also added a lot of extra bourbon too, so there's that.
We did. So the ingredients on there you might have to tweak based on your,
I don't know, your preference of like
palate,
how strong you like
your alcohol palate.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Also, don't forget to subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button.
It helps. Cool. All right, so hopefully you guys are drinking because we're posting the drink beforehand so you can drink with us while you watch. All right, moving on to my favorite part of the show, which is TV. So it's our weekly TV chat. We'll be talking about Married at First Sight because it is just a clusterfuck and it continues to be. But before that, we're gonna like slowly bury 1,000 Pound Sisters because I just can't keep up.
So Tamara tapped out of 1,000 Pound Sisters season 2.
Tapped out.
I like 1,000 Pound Sisters, but as I mentioned in the last episode, I'm obsessed with 600 Pound Life. So 1,000 Pound Sisters is just the comedy version of that, and I love it, and I'm gonna keep watching it, and maybe I'll just post on our social media about.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in it,
about 1,000 Pound Sisters, I love it.
If people are interested in it, I will force myself to watch it. I was just telling Michelle, I think it's very like frat boy humor, which I'm not really into. So like somebody like stuffing their face with food doesn't really like make me laugh.
That didn't happen. So
they do like cheese whiz and stuff and like hey.
So that's like on their show, but
that's what the show is about them.
No, I mean because they have a YouTube channel as well. That was the last 2 episodes that I watched. This episode 2 and 3, they were eating like ramen with cookies. And
exactly, like it's disgusting. It's what frat boys would do. Like I just, I don't.
And Tammy and Amy and the brother took a ride to Atlanta and they all farted. But they told a really funny story about how when they were kids, they remember farting so bad that their mom had to throw up out the window.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's really disgusting.
Because that was hilarious to me. But anyway, moving on
to a much better show. Yeah. So Married at First Sight. It premieres tonight. Hopefully you're watching this before. So we're gonna mainly talk about last week's episode, which was the honeymoon episode. I don't know if the honeymoon episode made you reconsider your favorite couple.
No.
Okay, so you still are rocking with Vincent and
Vincent
Brianna.
and Bree are still my number 1.
I loved them playing footsie like on the beach. It was just, they're the cutest thing ever.
They are. They're great.
And I love that they consummated the marriage, and he just said like, oh, it was a vibe, and I felt like everything was right. And the one thing that he said to the experts that he wanted somebody that believed in him and that like stood behind him. And I think her being there for him so early on, like not even really knowing him, but like showing sympathy and whatever, when his grandmother was sick, I think that like locked the deal for him, and he was like, she might be the one. So I was very touched by it, and like, oh, and oh, and oh.
I know. They're great.
Cute. They're cute.
They're great. I have no complaints about them. I think they look great together. Like she said, I think her being there for him was great. I like that even though at the wedding, they complained about how not complained, but they kept saying how bossy she was, and we haven't seen any of that. It's like great. They're
great. So we really don't have
number one. I love them.
I'm happy that they're on this show, but like they just seem like it's going to be very easy flowing, so they're not going to be like the subject. So we're going to move on from them because they're happy, and I'm very happy. I think the both of us are very happy for them, but I'm okay moving on from them. Next. So let's see, Jacob and Haley. We've got a little cheat sheet over there. Jacob, Haley. So I was hopeful with this episode because I felt like he got a kiss after dinner, but then I saw the next episode and she basically sneaks away and doesn't tell him, and so now he feels like she doesn't like him, which might be the case, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm hopeful for them. I said that last week I was hopeful for them, and I don't know if I'm hopeful for them anymore.
So
this is really good,
I'm
by
a little.
The way.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's just really sweet and good. I don't treat myself to sweet drinks.
See?
Yeah, we should have like a
it
picture
starts
of
with
this.
a complaint, and then I get a compliment. I love it.
Oh yeah, I love to complain. It's like my number one hobby.
Jacob and Haley. So I'm forgetful. I forget things real quick. We have to talk about our shows right after I watch it because I'll forget everything.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the preview for next week was about. So I didn't even see them complaining. But
no, she doesn't complain. He basically is like, you said that you like were hanging out with the girls, and he found out that she didn't hang out with the girls, and she just did her own solo thing. Well, and I think that was because she just needed time away from him, which isn't a good sign. It's your honeymoon. Granted, they just met.
But we'll see about that next week. As far as what I saw, I think that I am more hopeful for them together.
Okay. That's good.
Because she seemed like she was interacting with him more. They were kind of vibing. I love the. I am really interested in this whole dinner in the aquarium thing.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That seemed
pretty
cool.
dope.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. When you go to Vegas, or you think there's something around here?
Aquarium in Baltimore.
Oh, that's true. You think they do dinner there?
I don't know. That's why I'm gonna Google it.
That'd be a nice like date night.
Right?
Okay. Research it, and then we'll tell you guys about it next week
because that's closer to us. But yeah, I thought that was cute. I think they seem like a good vibe.
He did say that he was thankful.
And he seemed more. He seemed less awkward.
Yeah. And I think I was like just looking at my notes because I was taking notes while I was watching. I made a note that like he said he was thankful to have met her, which I think was a really great sign. So I feel like he's all in, and I just need her to get there. And hopefully she will. Like hopefully she turns into like Jamie from season 1, where she wasn't really feeling Doug because Doug was, I mean, she came down the aisle and he's like sweating and it was a lot. Like I can understand why she was like, let's not.
What day?
Day 3.
Day 3. So
yeah. It's still early.
It's early.
But then it's like you compare to like Vincent and Bree or like,
but you can't.
Like Virginia and
Paige
Eric.
mentioned that when they all got together, it was a good point, not necessarily for them.
Yeah.
But good point. You can't compare yourself to anybody else because you don't know. Everybody's different.
That's true. Okay, so there's hope for Jacob and Haley.
I think right now I'm hopeful for Jacob
you weren't
and Haley.
hopeful for them last week.
Hopeful for they were my least favorite couple.
Okay.
Outside of Chris and Paige, obviously. But I'm more hopeful for them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What about my fave, Eric and Virginia?
So I thought they were really cute this week.
They're very touchy-feely, which I like.
Very touchy. They seem very into each other. When the whole group got together, I was surprised that they didn't consummate marriage.
I know they came late to like, because at the very end they had like they all came together and they were super late. So I was like, oh, did they get it in after the pool?
Right.
But she also said she takes a long time to get ready.
Yeah.
So that could be it.
And he also seemed like he might have been a little buzzed. So I was like, oh, he's getting a little buzzed. Because I can tell he's not into the drinking. So he's trying to at least loosen up.
Yeah.
For the honeymoon.
Yeah, and he said that. And I like that he reiterated at dinner kind of like, you know, I think she's very worried that he's going to be away. And he's like, it's literally like 15 days out of the month. Right. But I'm still home like 3 days out of the week during the 15 days.
Okay, so about that, it's funny though, because the episode before, she literally said, I like time to myself. And I would probably like being
And then she was like complaining.
And then now that they spent 2 more days together, I don't know how this is gonna work.
But maybe it's because she like actually likes him, and she's just like, oh, he's fun, and I want him to be a part of my life. She
also seemed nervous about the fact that he wants kids, and that he's gonna be gone half the month.
Yeah, and she did.
Oh, so you want a baby that I don't want, and you're gonna be gone half the month, so I gotta take care of the baby. I could see her little hesitation with that.
But like but
she's 26.
His mom also really wants grandbabies, so I was just like, hey, grandma, you want to watch the baby?
True.
I'm going to the bar to kick it.
That's true.
And your son's not home, so
That's true.
I mean, they could compromise on that.
And then the big elephant with them, him being jealous. His whole conversation about,
I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know if it was jealousy.
About platonic guy friends actually has forced us to make our random topic today about whether we can have platonic guy friends or not. We'll talk about that later. But
yeah, so it's not really that random today. Sorry.
As far as that, I thought that was. I did not like Virginia did. I did not like how he said, I have a rule.
Well, he backpedaled and he said, I'm not telling you who you can like be friends with, but let's not go into like that combo because that's going to be our random topic.
Right.
But I
didn't like it.
So, I don't know. I still love Eric. He smiles and I just get happy. Yeah. I think that they still are both really into each other. I think we're just going to see with them.
Still my second favorite couple though.
Yeah, I think they're my first because Vincent and Bree just are too perfect, and I gotta root for something else. Like, like I mean, what relationship is that? Just like, oh my god,
I can hold Vince and Brianna down by myself.
Yeah. Although, so like one thing, I've been watching the pre-shows, and Vincent has grown his hair back. Looks completely different. Don't like the hairline.
I'm behind on the pre-shows. I need to catch up.
Yeah, it's not a good look. I want him to get back that bald and then the beard. That's like a good look.
So he's growing the hair where? Like
on top of his head.
Oh.
And it does not look good because it's not
but isn't it receding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like one of those, it's like this thing going and then this.
Maybe that's a pandemic issue, because maybe they recorded last year.
Guys, please comment ones that, actually still grow hair on top of their head, but then decide, like, shave it for fun. Please tell us how hard it is to shave your own fucking hair. Like, I feel like it's easy.
I can't speak on it.
If anything, the pandemic, like...
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe, you don't know. Maybe Brianna said she wanted to see what the hair looked like.
Anyways, that's why you gotta love them. It's like, it can't just be the face. So, you gotta work on loving in the inside. Because they could just say, hey, I want to grow my hair. And it's just not a good look. So, all right. So, we talked Erica and Virginia. Mm-hmm. They're still, like, my fave. I have hope for them. And I love that Eric was very, like, amenable to drinking with her. I love when they got to the cabana and he was like, are you comfortable? Like, you need anything? She's like, I feel like alcohol's missing. And I was like, that's my girl. Bring on the booze. And she was like, I'm just not satisfied with the drink. Let's do a Vegas shot. I had to Google what a Vegas shot was.
What's that?
It was a lot of sweet stuff that I would, and it was like peach schnapps and like some like bourbon or whiskey. Oh. It was things that I just don't like. A lot of calories.
For a non-drinker, that's the right thing to do.
I guess. It just seemed like it was like a 400 calorie shot, and I'm just not down for that. I'd rather have a burger. All right, we'll move on. Clara and Ryan.
Yes.
I don't know if they're going to make it.
Whoa. Why?
Because Ryan, I mean, everything that she was saying, like, he was just, like, the moving in, right? Like, okay, they're going to move into his house. Mm-hmm. And she was like, are you even ready to have somebody in your space? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like he's too particular and too rigid. Like, Ryan likes things clean. She's messy. I want to say order, but that's the same thing as, like, fucking clean. Like,
yeah, but has Clara lived with anybody? I don't think she's lived
with anybody. She said she's lived with somebody. And she said that's when it went downhill.
Ooh.
So I feel like, yeah. Like she said that in this past episode. Like, and she goes, I think Ryan's being way too optimistic about us moving in together and how it's going to be just like really easy. So I don't know. So
with them, I still think that the issue is going to be religion. I think I said that last week.
Yeah.
I still think that's going to be an issue. their conversation about that as far as raising their kids. Just
well, it sounds like she
added
also
to
like
that to
religion
me.
was forced on her as a kid.
Yeah.
Like she went to Christian summer camp in college. Like
a lot of kids, religion is kind of forced on them. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived down the street from a church and was at church all day.
But you had like friends in church, so it was like a fun thing for you.
But that's the thing, most people do. Now I don't know.
I didn't.
Now her
grow up
experience
in there.
didn't happen. Well, you didn't. You also didn't go to church all the time either, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like her experience was just kind of sprinkled in. Like if you're thrown into church life as a kid, as most like how I was.
Yeah.
You got Bible school. You got other kids. I mean. It's
not.
Like,
That's how she grew up.
Yeah, so I don't think that she should be opposed to that. I think that as long as she's open to that, they can work. I don't. But you know, I think Dr. Viviana has mentioned this before, in her conversations about Married at First Sight. They have these conversations about all this stuff in life, and it's like you need to concentrate on the present and just get to know each other and everything. You can't think so hard about what can happen
in the
2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, because you don't know. And being with that person, you might change your mind.
Easier said than done. We do this dating.
I know.
You go in and it's like.
But that's why the experts are there.
Yeah.
They're there to tell you, all right.
They need to be in,
click.
in it earlier. I feel like they're just kind of like
meditation when you got that person like they be like
reminding
all right,
you.
come back.
Yeah, because I think we're all guilty of it. We are thinking way too far, and it's just like be present, be in the moment. And I don't think in our society we are in the moment.
Right.
So
okay.
So
I mean, I'm not as hopeful for them.
Yeah.
But they were never my favorite. So there's that. I don't know that they'll work or not, but.
I mean, maybe they'll change. We both are just struggling with them, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, definitely teetering.
Yeah, that was 4 couples, right?
Mm-hmm.
We saved the worst for last, cause like, why is Chris and Paige even on the show? Like, Paige, I felt so bad for her because I'm like, girl, get some self-respect. Would you stay? Like, let me ask you that question. Would you stay?
No,
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't say she doesn't have self-respect for herself though.
She keeps saying like, I mean, God only gives you what you can handle. I think her throwing that kind of stuff just bothers me. Cause I feel like that's something you can say anything that happens to you. I mean, God, if God gives it, like, I'll just try to work through it. No. Like, that's ridiculous. He was sleeping with somebody while he was in the process of trying to be on Married at First Sight. So he was like, oh, her father passed away. But also, we just happened to have sex. I don't know how this devastated. He was just acting so surprised.
But also, you've seen the whole thing about them talking about he was recruited instead of applied for.
Oh, I did not know that.
Okay. So on social media.
Him? Ew.
Yeah, on social media. I told you also. So Pastor Cal did an interview too on social media where he mentioned this week about how he's surprised by Chris too. Remember I talked to you about last week. I said I think that he puts on a face.
Yeah. And
they didn't get what we're getting right now. And that Pastor Cal basically like co-signed on what I said. Like that is not what he got. And they were looking for people. They have Married at First Sight is known for recruiting people. Mm-hmm. So I think that makes so much more sense that he was recruited instead of applied.
But don't act surprised. Like, I hate it when people say, I don't know how I got pregnant. Like, I don't know how she got pregnant. We're adults. You know what it takes to make a baby. Don't act surprised.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he was like, I'm surprised that she's pregnant. And then also to say, like, I've got some disturbing news. He kept saying disturbing news, which bothered the fuck out of me.
He did say disturbing news.
I'm like, it's not disturbing. It's not.
That was wrong.
You had sex with somebody without a condom.
Right.
And she got pregnant.
Right.
That's not disturbing news.
Right.
It might be a surprise to you. I don't know how, because you knew you didn't wear a condom, so you shouldn't assume she's on birth control. Yeah. I'm over him.
I'm 100%.
I don't even have. Like, I don't have words for him.
I'm over him, but
he's super dramatic.
Seems like Paige is in this to play the game.
Oh God, she bothers me.
Paige,
everybody's so simple. Like, Paige, we're behind you. So when they all got together, it was like, girl, we're with you. You are a hero. Let us know. And then he got upset because the tension wasn't on him. Nobody cared what he felt like. And so then he walks away.
Right.
And I'm just like, stop being a fucking pussy.
Right. He's just.
And then she walks away and it's like, are you okay? That's not going to be our relationship. I'm not going to be always coddling you because you want to go off in the corner because nobody's like making you feel okay about what you just put me through. She came into the situation saying she wanted to be married, saying she wanted to be a mother. She did not sign up for, oh, I happen to have a kid on the way.
So,
I'm sorry, I'm so passionate about this.
So, first of all,
sorry. I know, I'm acting like you're Chris.
I mean, she really is attacking me like I'm Chris. Luckily, I'm not offended.
Yeah.
I
think you agree with me, yeah.
But I also am not there because I would just go, if it were me, I would just walk away. Yeah. Done, period. There's nothing to discuss. There's nothing to be mad about. We in day 3. I'm out. Keep recording me if you want, Married at First Sight. Record me meeting somebody else.
They could be like Brandon and that girl with the really bad wig. What's her name on DC?
Oh, yeah.
They broke up real early on.
But they kept seeing each other though.
They did keep coming back. I think they're both crazy, so there's that.
But that was your favorite.
I loved me some Brandon.
Brandon,
favorite. If you're watching, holla. I loved him. He was slightly age appropriate and he was in DC. I was like,
oh my God.
Okay.
I was definitely not Team Brandon.
Oh, I was so Team Brandon.
So I hope you don't find him. Please don't see this Brandon because I'm not going to like you.
It's COVID. I'm not probably going to meet him.
You never know.
Out and about. Is there anything else we're going to talk about?
Yeah, I think Paige is in this.
She really wants
to go for it. And well, I think she's giving 110% to the process.
150%.
Yeah,
200%.
and she's just like, you know what? I had already committed to three. What is it? What is it?
2 months.
6 weeks.
2 months. 2
So
months. 8 weeks.
8 weeks. So I already committed to 2 months of giving my life to Married at First Sight. So why not just roll with it? And she already gave him the goodies. So
she did, and she told everybody twice.
Yeah, it is what it is at this point. So she probably like, I'm just wrong with it. I think it was funny though that he said something about, well, if you try to go, like, I'm gonna fight for you. You literally just 2 days ago said you weren't attracted to me.
Yeah.
And now you want to fight for me?
So that brings up a good point, because remember when they were like in the bedroom and she was like packing up her suitcase? This might be previews for next week. And she was like, so, I mean, if I wasn't in the picture, like, would you be considering going back with her?
Right.
And he said yes.
Of course.
Chris needs to learn not to be so
a contradiction
honest
from what he said this episode.
Yeah, to Vincent. Because he goes,
I put my wife first.
Right. I think he's full of SHIT. And I'm over him.
You said fuck earlier.
I did. I told you, like, fuck is my favorite one. Anyways. Is there anything else on Married at First Sight that we want to talk about with the episode?
No. I mean, those are my feelings. I'm hoping, again, Vince and Bree better stay together.
I think they will. They're going to be like
Chris
the
and
Amani
Paige
and
better not stay together. And I'm going to need a spinoff of Paige, period.
She needs a redo.
And I don't care about anybody else in between. Good luck to you, but I don't care whether you're together.
I think Paige needs a redo.
Paige definitely needs a redo.
And I think Vincent...
She deserves it.
Yeah, Vincent and Brianna will work out. Unless, like, something crazy happens. But, like, I think they'll work out. And maybe he'll convince her to eat Chick-fil-A. Because she doesn't eat chicken. She's a pescatarian.
Why would she eat chicken?
I don't know. He said that, like...
When people give up something, they gave it up. It's done.
He said he would love to bring home Chick-fil-A for his wife, and I said, "Oh my God!"
I mean, they got other things at Chick-fil-A. They got macaroni and cheese at Chick-fil-A.
That's true, but then you have to get chicken.
She can get some fries. You do not have to get chicken. Nikia actually, shout out to Nikia, our friend Nikia.
Hey, Nikia.
They had a challenge on. This is so off topic, but they had a challenge on social media about. I think Zoe did it.
Okay.
They had a challenge about putting Chick-fil-A macaroni and cheese, French fries, chicken nuggets
together,
ranch sauce. I think maybe it was a Chick-fil-A sauce and something else all together, and they shook it up and ate it. And the kid tried it without chicken nuggets. She said it was good.
I mean, I could actually see that too.
So,
Yeah.
it sounded disgusting because I don't like
any
any
of
of my
sauces.
food together. So there's that.
I don't eat sauces when I go to Chick-fil-A. Like, I think the food is so flavored.
Wait, you eat chicken without sauce?
The chicken is so flavored that I don't need the sauce. I feel like sauce is
I'm
needed.
a sauce girl, so
I feel like sauce is needed when like the food's not that great or it's dry.
Lies.
You think it's like an enhancement?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no.
I love a good sauce.
I know. Yeah. Which is why these drinks are so sugary, but I love
And
them.
you love it.
I do. Slight buzz off of this.
Bourbon Smash.
Bourbon Smash. This is a good one. Okay, I'm going to come correct next week. Yeah, with more than 3. Oh, no, I think I have a drink in mind, and it's still 3 ingredients. I think that's
I only had 4.
You had to muddle.
I did have to muddle.
I don't want to do any of that. All right, so we're over Married at First Sight?
Yeah. Done.
All right, cool.